I want to talk about Antarctica.
Mhm.
They are clearly protecting or preserving something that may or may not be under 3 miles of ice.
Antarctica, the icy land located at the southernmost tip of our world, holds more than just ice and penguins within its glacial borders. Beneath its frozen surface, explorers have found startling revelations that challenge our understanding of this remote continent. From mysterious lakes to ancient anomalies, these discoveries shed light on a hidden realm filled with extraordinary secrets. Among the confidential meetings between influential figures, extraterrestrial encounters, and quests for artifacts that could reshape society, one question looms large. Could there truly be aliens in Antarctica? Join us as we delve into the top secrets of this frozen land, the astonishing world of hidden lakes under Antarctica. At first, Antarctica might seem harsh and unwelcoming, but below its icy surface lie lakes hidden by thick layers of ice. These lakes formed millions of years ago, deep within the Antarctic ice sheet, creating a unique landscape of hidden water. One cool thing about these underground lakes is how big they are. Some stretch for hundreds of kilometers under the ice, like Lake Vostok, which is about the same size as Lake Ontario. Because of their vastness and isolation, they're really interesting for scientists to study. What makes these underground lakes cool isn't just their size, but also their special conditions. Locked under thousands of meters of ice, they exist in total darkness and isolation, cut off for millions of years. Yet, life manages to survive in these icy depths. Tiny life forms called extremophiles have been found in the lakes, showing us that life can exist in extreme conditions. These extremophiles live in the cold, dark, and nutrient-poor environments of the lakes. Studying them helps us learn about the limits of life on Earth and beyond. Thanks to recent technological advances, scientists can now explore these lakes in detail. Robots with cameras and sensors can go through the thick ice and explore the lakes, mapping them out and studying the life forms. One big project, the Salsa Project, aims to drill into Lake Mercer under the Whillans ice stream. By studying samples from the lake, researchers hope to learn more about Antarctica's environment, geology, and climate history. Exploring these lakes is tough because of the extreme cold, remote location, and thick ice. Drilling through thousands of meters of ice needs special equipment and planning to avoid contamination. But scientists are determined to uncover the secrets of Antarctica's hidden lakes. As we learn more about these lakes, we also learn more about Earth's resilience and diversity. These hidden lakes, teeming with life and ancient secrets, show us how vast and complex our planet is. And as we explore the icy depths of Antarctica, we look forward to the discoveries waiting for us below the surface. The singing ice shelf. In Antarctica, there's this enormous slab of ice called the Ross Ice Shelf. It is a massive icy blanket covering an area as big as France and hundreds of meters thick. Recently, scientists made a fascinating discovery about this icy giant. They found out that it made a strange sound, like a ghostly melody. This peculiar tune happens because the wind dances over the snowy hills on the ice shelf. Unlike regular music, this song is too low-pitched for us to hear. Instead, scientists use special sensors called seismic sensors to capture these mysterious vibrations. What's even more intriguing is that this song isn't fixed. It changes based on the environment. When the snow melts or storms pass through the icy area, the song shifts and changes accordingly. At first, scientists weren't trying to find out about this musical secret. They put the seismic sensors on the ice shelf for a different reason. But sometimes curiosity brings surprises, like stumbling upon a singing ice shelf. Now these scientists are using the song as a valuable tool to monitor the health of the ice shelf in real time. By keeping track of the changes in the song, they can see how stable or vulnerable the ice shelf is to collapsing. The song of the Ross Ice Shelf acts like a musical diary, recording its journey through time and the changes it goes through. It's a delicate balance of nature and shows how even the smallest environmental changes can impact our planet's icy landscapes. The giant hole of Wedell Sea. In 2017, a gigantic gap showed up in Antarctica, as vast as the entire country of Ireland. This gap, known as a polynya, is not new, but this one is extraordinary. It is the largest one spotted since the 1970s and the first to emerge in 40 years. This enormous hole in the ice was found in the Wedell Sea, which is part of the Southern Ocean. It formed due to warmer, saltier water from deep in the sea. The warm water from below is pushed upwards by ocean currents. When it hits the surface, it melts the ice. Later, it mixes with the cooler surface water and sinks back down. But it doesn't end there. It warms up again and rises back to the surface, repeating the process. Scientists are still trying to understand why these polynyas appear. One idea is that marine creatures might be using them to breathe, yet there is still much we do not comprehend about these peculiar, enormous holes in the ice. Were you aware that the Weddell Sea is named after James Weddell, a British sailor who explored the area in the early 19th century? He stumbled upon it while searching for new sealing grounds, and it is one of the chilliest and most isolated parts of the ocean. Antarctica is home to incredible wildlife, including penguins, seals, and whales. They all depend on the ice for their survival, so any alterations, like these polynyas, can have a significant impact on them. In the 1970s, scientists first observed these polynyas, but they were much smaller back then. The fact that this one is so massive and has not been spotted in 4 decades has scientists buzzing with excitement. One theory about why polynyas form is that they might be triggered by underwater mountains or ridges that push warm water to the surface. Another idea is that they could be connected to changes in wind patterns or ocean currents. Discovery of the Southern Ocean in Antarctica. Stretching from the icy Antarctic coastline to the far reaches of the Southern Hemisphere, the Southern Ocean is the smallest, newest, and coldest of Earth's oceans. Despite its size, it has a big impact on global weather patterns and supports many different kinds of sea life. One of its most noticeable features is the strong currents flowing through it. The Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the biggest ocean current in the world, flows continuously eastward, without being blocked by land. This constant movement connects the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans, creating a lively sea environment. These currents not only carry important nutrients and warmth, but also shape the ocean floor, forming underwater valleys and canyons. Underneath the surface, the Southern Ocean is full of life, even though it's very harsh. Many sea animals have adapted to live here. Famous animals like seals, whales, and penguins live in these cold waters, feeding on plenty of krill and fish. The Southern Ocean is also home to lots of seabirds, including albatrosses with wingspans over 10 feet, gracefully flying above the waves to find food. It's also an important habitat for many kinds of whales, like humpback whales, blue whales, and orcas. These amazing sea creatures travel long distances to feed and breed in the rich Antarctic waters, helping the ecosystem and fascinating people lucky enough to see them. Exploring the Southern Ocean is tough, from navigating dangerous ice to enduring extremely cold temperatures. But for those brave enough to explore it, the rewards are great. Scientists study the Southern Ocean to understand its role in global weather patterns and how climate change affects this fragile area. Trips to Antarctica show a wild, untouched place, inspiring awe and respect for nature. One interesting thing about the Southern Ocean is its important job in controlling Earth's climate. The huge ice shelves around Antarctica reflect sunlight, helping to cool the planet. Also, the Southern Ocean absorbs carbon dioxide from the air, which helps lessen its effect on the climate. But as temperatures rise and ice melts, it could cause big problems for the planet. The icy depths of Mount Arabus. In the cold land of Antarctica, there's a tall volcano, Mount Arabus. It's not like the usual mountains covered in just snow. It's a big one that breathes steam and heat, even though it's surrounded by blankets of snow. Antarctica might seem like a frozen desert, but hidden beneath its icy surface lie some fiery secrets. Among the icy plains, 4 volcanoes are chilling out on Ross Island. They're not exactly active volcanoes. They're pretty quiet except for one, Mount Arabus. This has been getting a bit restless over the past 3 decades, spicing things up with some volcanic activity. Mount Arabus isn't just any regular volcano. It's like nature's ultimate show-off. Deep within its core, there's molten rock called magma, and it's been bubbling away for millions and millions of years. Ancient lava lakes bubbled and boiled for about 1.3 million years. Yeah, that's how old this fiery giant is. In 2013, a team of brave scientists decided to take on the challenge. They geared up and embarked on an epic journey to climb Mount Arabus, trudging through deep snow, navigating rocky terrain, and crossing dangerous glaciers. It was like something out of an adventure movie. After days of pushing through, they finally reached the summit, the very peak of Mount Arabus. And guess what they found? Life thrives amidst the heat and steam of the volcano. Despite the extreme conditions, organisms were making themselves at home in this fiery furnace. As the scientists explored further, they stumbled upon a hidden gem, ice caves. And guess who was hanging out in these icy hideaways? Microorganisms are tiny creatures too small to see with the naked eye. It's like finding a secret party in the coolest club ever. They're hardcore survivors, thriving in one of the most extreme environments on the planet. And scientists reckon they're some of the most unique creatures out there, adapting to life in the icy depths of Mount Arabus, the dry valleys of McMurdo. In Antarctica, there's a place known as the McMurdo Dry Valleys, where scientists have established a base. When we typically think of deserts, we picture hot, sandy locations. But Antarctica is the largest desert on Earth. Interestingly, it's extremely dry and windy there, receiving very little rainfall, only about 50 millimeters per year. Moreover, a staggering 99% of Antarctica is covered in ice. However, within that mere 1% remaining lies the McMurdo Dry Valleys. Here, you won't encounter camels or cacti, but you will find extensive dunes. These dunes can reach heights of up to 70 meters and span about 200 meters wide. While sliding down these dunes might seem enjoyable, akin to a sandy roller coaster, they hold significant importance for scientists. Essentially, these dry valleys resemble Mars in terms of their climate, sparking immense curiosity among scientists. They believe this location could provide insights into life on other planets. However, here's the catch. These dunes are not stationary. They're on the move. On average, they shift approximately 1.5 meters each year. Scientists attribute this movement to climate change. As the Earth's atmosphere warms up, the ice in Antarctica melts, causing the dunes to relocate. It's as if they're searching for a cooler spot to inhabit. Scientists are racing against time to uncover the mysteries these dunes harbor before they vanish forever. The McMurdo Dry Valleys stand out as one of the most frigid and arid environments on our planet. Despite being a frozen wasteland, life still perseveres within the dry valleys. Microbes, minuscule organisms invisible to the naked eye, manage to thrive here. They epitomize resilience, surviving in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. Ranging Gomburtsev Mountain. Beneath a thick layer of ice, which can spread out for miles, there are some huge mountains, the Gomburtsev Mountains. They're about 1,200 kilometers long and reach up to 3,000 meters high, which is around a third of the height of Mount Everest. These mountains were named after a clever scientist from Russia called Grigory A. Back in 1958, Russian scientists stumbled upon them during their adventures in Antarctica. As they explored Antarctica, they noticed some strange changes in gravity beneath a thin layer of ice, hinting at something interesting hidden below. Although no one has seen these mountains up close, scientists use radars to get an idea of what they look like. They also study them using measurements of gravity and magnetism, trying to understand how they formed and why they're still there, even though they're super old, like 1 billion years old. There are many theories about why these mountains haven't crumbled away. One idea is that there might be a frozen layer protecting them. These mountains aren't just any old bumps in the ice. They're believed to be where some of the world's biggest rivers are born. When the ice on top melts, it forms streams that become huge rivers, helping life in Antarctica. The Gomburtsev Mountains are really big, even bigger than the European Alps. Just think about it. A whole mountain range hidden under Antarctica's icy cover, waiting to be found. And they're not just staying the same size. As the ice above them gets thicker, it pushes down on the Earth's crust, making these mountains grow taller. The Gamburtsev Mountains are so well hidden under the ice that they weren't discovered until 1958, despite scientists exploring Antarctica for many years before that. Giant Ice Pyramid. In 2009, scientists spotted something strange beneath the ice of Antarctica while looking at satellite images. This discovery left both scientists and conspiracy theorists scratching their heads. It quickly became one of the most talked about mysteries of recent times. Picture this: a massive pyramid, similar to those found in Egypt, hidden beneath the icy surface of Antarctica. This finding completely shook up our understanding of the continent's history and sparked intriguing questions about possible ancient civilizations that might have once thrived there. The Antarctic Pyramid is no small feat. It boasts 4 triangular sides, just like the famous Egyptian pyramids. Its sheer size and shape are jaw-dropping, leading many to ponder whether it could be a natural formation. What's even more astonishing is its location. Antarctica is renowned for its frigid, desolate terrain, so stumbling upon such a colossal structure there is incredibly peculiar. Its existence challenges our preconceived notions about Antarctica's past, hinting at the possibility of civilizations predating its icy transformation. Opinions on the Antarctic Pyramid vary widely. Some believe it points to the existence of an ancient civilization with advanced technological capabilities. Others entertain the notion of extraterrestrial involvement. However, skeptics argue that the pyramid-like shape could be attributed to natural phenomena or mere trickery of light and shadows in satellite imagery. Regardless of its authenticity, the concept of a pyramid in Antarctica is undeniably captivating. It prompts contemplation about its potential implications for our understanding of history and the enigmatic secrets lurking beneath Antarctica's frozen surface. Who knows what other marvels lie concealed beneath the ice, waiting to be unearthed? As scientists continue to investigate the Antarctic Pyramid, we may unravel more clues about its origins and the possible ancient societies that may have inhabited the region. The fascinating mystery of Blood Falls in Antarctica. Located in the frozen area of the McMurdo dry valleys in East Antarctica, Blood Falls is a fascinating natural wonder that is difficult to understand easily. Against the snowy background of the Taylor Glacier, it stands out like a bright red streak, looking like a wound on the frozen surface of our planet. But what causes this strange event? The answer is under the ice. Scientists have found that the water coming from Blood Falls is full of iron oxide, making it look like blood. This iron-rich water comes from a lake under the glacier that has been trapped there for millions of years. The journey of this old water goes back to a very different Antarctic when the Taylor Glacier was not there. In the time of dinosaurs, this area had a big river system, but as the climate cooled down, snow and ice built up, covering the river under the glacier. Cut off from light, warmth, and air, the water got stuck under the ice. Over thousands of years, the water changed slowly. Without sunlight for plants to grow, regular life couldn't survive. Instead, tough, tiny organisms adapted to the tough conditions, thriving on the iron-rich water of the lake under the glacier. These hardy organisms are called extremophiles, and they do well in places where regular life would struggle. Finding life under Antarctica's icy surface is a big deal for understanding biology and the chance of life elsewhere. It makes us think about where life could exist and shows how tough living things can be. Blood Falls has fascinated not just scientists, but also artists, writers, and explorers, inspiring many stories and adventures. From books to movies, Blood Falls has become a symbol of mystery and the unknown. In the end, Blood Falls shows how delicate yet tough life on Earth can be. It proves that nature can surprise, inspire, and challenge us. As long as there are mysteries, there will always be people ready to explore Antarctica to find answers. The chilly Antarctic fungi. In the icy world of Antarctica, where snowy mountains and frozen landscapes stretch as far as the eye can see, lies a hidden place, bustling with life in unexpected corners. Despite the tough conditions of icy plains and freezing temperatures, a special community of organisms thrives. the Antarctic mushrooms. These tough mushrooms have evolved to survive in one of Earth's toughest environments, enduring temperatures that drop well below freezing and months of limited sunlight. Antarctic mushrooms have developed smart strategies. They make proteins that stop ice crystals from forming inside their cells, letting them work even in really cold temperatures. This change ensures their survival in the harsh Antarctic environment. But they are important for more than just surviving the cold. Antarctic mushrooms play key roles in the ecosystem. They break down dead plants and animals, recycling nutrients needed to keep life going in this tough environment. Some even help plants by sharing nutrients and helping them survive in soil that doesn't have many nutrients. Among the different Antarctic mushrooms, one is special, Tremella mesenterica, also called the snow fungus. This unique mushroom grows on snow and ice, making delicate, jelly-like structures that look like tiny icicles. Even though it looks fragile, the snow fungus is tough and can handle the harshest Antarctic winters. Another interesting species, Cryptococcus gattii, has got attention for its possible health risks to humans and other animals, making it important for researchers studying Antarctic animal health. Besides being important for the environment, Antarctic mushrooms are interesting for scientific research and new technology. Some make compounds that fight germs, offering a chance to make new antibiotics to fight bacteria that don't respond to normal medicines. Others make enzymes that help make food and treat waste, showing they could be used in different industries. Antarctic mushrooms, with their ability to live in tough conditions and their many roles in the ecosystem, show how nature is strong and clever. They are important not just in Antarctica, but also in scientific research and new technology. As guardians of the frozen realm, these mushrooms keep on being fascinating and encouraging exploration and discovery in the world's most remote continent. The Antarctican ancient fossils and rainforests. Imagine a frozen land of ice and snow, where chubby birds walk clumsily and sea creatures relax on cold shores. That's the classic picture we often think of when considering Antarctica. But under its icy surface lies a hidden secret that challenges our view of this frozen place. Old fossils and signs of lush forests. Antarctica, often called the White Continent, wasn't always covered in ice. Millions of years ago, during what scientists call the Cretaceous period, it had much warmer weather. Fossil evidence shows that Antarctica was once part of a huge landmass called Gondwana, which included present-day Africa, South America, Australia, and India. Back then, Antarctica was nearer to the equator and had a mild climate, like today's New Zealand. In those days, Antarctica was full of life. Thick forests covered the land, providing homes for many different plants and animals. Fossils of old ferns, plants that looked like palms, and even dinosaurs have been found on the continent, giving us a peek into its ancient past. These fossils tell us about a lively environment that existed in what is now one of the toughest places on Earth. One of the most interesting discoveries in Antarctica is the leftovers of old forests. Scientists have found fossilized tree stumps, leaves, and pollen that show there were thick tropical forests millions of years ago. These discoveries suggest that Antarctica was once covered in lush plants, like the tropical forests we see in equatorial regions today. But how did these forests survive in a place now hidden under ice? The answer lies in Antarctica's geological changes. As Earth's plates moved over millions of years, Antarctica moved south, ending up where it is now, at the South Pole. With this move came colder temperatures, which made the once green forests freeze over. Among the most important finds in Antarctica's fossil record are the remains of dinosaurs. Despite the tough conditions, scientists have found fossils of different dinosaur types, including the huge long-necked sauropods and the fierce meat-eating theropods. Also, fossils of old mammals, birds, and marine reptiles have been found on the continent, giving us a look into the diverse environment that once existed there. From huge sea creatures to tiny bugs, Antarctica was full of life during the time of dinosaurs. The discovery of ancient meteorites. Antarctica is an amazing spot for uncovering special space rocks known as meteorites. While these rocks fall everywhere, Antarctica is particularly unique because it acts like an enormous freezer, preserving them exceptionally well. Picture Antarctica as a colossal icebox, keeping meteorites fresh and ready for scientists to find. The extreme cold and dryness of Antarctica make it perfect for discovering meteorites, as these conditions help maintain the rock's quality. Moreover, the dark color of the meteorites contrasts sharply with the bright white ice, making them easily visible. Since few rocks naturally form in Antarctica, stumbling upon one there likely means it's from outer space. That's why Antarctica pulls in scientists like a magnet, eager to uncover meteorites. In East Antarctica, there's a massive ice sheet that has been around for ages. Over time, the combined forces of the sun and strong winds have gradually eroded the upper layers of ice. While this might seem negative, it's fantastic for finding meteorites. As the top layers of ice melt away, they expose older layers underneath, which are teeming with meteorites. It's akin to embarking on a treasure hunt. Since 1976, scientists have collected over 20,000 meteorite samples from Antarctica, a substantial amount of space rocks. Consider all the incredible discoveries scientists can make by studying them. In 2013, a team of researchers from Japan and Belgium made a remarkable find in East Antarctica. They stumbled upon the largest meteorite in 25 years. This space rock tipped the scales at an impressive 18 kilograms. Imagine stumbling upon such a massive space boulder in your backyard. The scientists dedicated 40 days to scouring for meteorites, and their efforts paid off big time. They unearthed a total of 425 meteorites, with a combined weight of 75 kilograms. Among their findings were fragments of an asteroid named Vesta, and even a meteorite from Mars. It's like discovering fragments of other worlds right here on our planet. And who knows what other treasures lie beneath the icy surface of Antarctica, waiting to be unveiled. The extraterrestrials, Nazis, and the forgotten city. In the vast, icy area of Antarctica, there's an interesting story that mixes mystery, curiosity, and guessing. A tale involving beings from space, Nazis, and a supposed hidden city under the ice. This story has caught the attention of many, sparking lots of guesses and trips to uncover its secrets. The story begins with the Nazis' interest in Antarctica during World War II. Wanting to make a mark in this faraway place, the Nazis sent trips to explore its frozen land. Led by people like Admiral Karl Donitz and SS leader Heinrich Himmler, these trips aimed to take over land and maybe set up an important base. One of the most famous Nazi trips to Antarctica was Operation High Jump in 1946 to 1947, led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a well-known American explorer. Though officially said to be for science, there are rumors about its real goals. Some think the Nazis were looking for hidden bases underground or old objects, while others say they were searching for advanced tech or even contact with beings from space. The idea of beings from space comes into the story through stories of strange flying objects seen in Antarctica. Over time, many reports have come out about weird things in the sky seen by explorers, soldiers, and scientists in the area. While some think these sightings are just natural things or mistakes, people who believe in conspiracy theories say they're proof that beings from space are in Antarctica. One interesting idea is about a hidden city under the ice. People who believe in this say an old group of people, maybe from space, made a big city under the ice in Antarctica. They point to strange things seen in pictures and radar scans as possible proof of underground buildings. Also, some say there were secret Nazi bases or underground places in Antarctica. According to some stories, Nazi leaders like Adolf Hitler ran away to this far-off place after Germany lost in World War II. These ideas say the Nazis might have set up secret places where they kept doing research, maybe with advanced tech or meetings with beings from space. Adding to the mystery are stories of explorers meeting strange things or seeing weird stuff in Antarctica. There are tales of odd people, strange signs, and things that can't be explained found in the icy wilderness. But even though these mysteries are interesting, scientists say we shouldn't believe them without proof. Antarctica is still one of the hardest and least known places on Earth, making it tough for scientists to study. While the continent surely has secrets waiting to be found, we need careful science and doubt to tell what's true and what's not. Which of these Antarctica's hidden secrets do you find intriguing? Let us have your thoughts and comments below.